Hey, it's Doug, I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to sing for long periods of time without losing your voice. Okay, let's do it. So today's video topic came from a question that I received via email from Will, and he says, I warm up for 30 minutes a day, every day. I've been taking lessons online as well as in real life. After warming up, I can get myself to the point where I'm singing well, but if I continue to sing for more than an hour, my voice starts to go out. I have to stop singing for the rest of the day at least. Give my voice some time, warm up again, and start all over. It's a cycle that I can't escape, and I'm wondering why it's happening and what I can do to not keep my voice from cracking. When I warm up the low and higher parts of my voice for equal amounts of time. So there are really two factors which come into play when you're trying to sing for longer periods of time. The first is your vocal technique. Okay, to sing for long periods of time, your vocal technique has to be excellent. Okay, and the second one is the intensity that you sing at. That's also going to determine how long you can sing for without having to take a break or without having to recover your voice. Okay, I don't want you to think though that it's possible to sing for, say, hours and hours on end at a high intensity without having to take a break. Let's imagine a scenario where you've actually gone to vocal lessons, you've trained your voice yourself for years, and your technique is absolutely perfect, okay? But you're singing music which is very high intensity, and by high intensity I mean singing high notes, belting high notes, using expressive techniques like distortion or singing riffs and runs. You know, anything that tires you out physically, okay? You're still going to need to take a break after singing for, say, 60 minutes or 90 minutes, because it's very hard to sing, you know, at a very high intensity, even if you've got perfect vocal technique. You know, we're all human. We're all going to get tired at some point. Just like when we exercise with very high intensity, we're going to need a break. What you're experiencing isn't normal, okay? But having to take a break after an hour is normal. So what you need to set your sights on, what your goal should be, is maybe something like this. Singing for 60 minutes to 90 minutes, then having to take, say, a 10 or 15 minute break. Then you can jump back into singing and your voice will be refreshed or even better, and you should be able to sing for another, say, 60 or 90 minutes again. Okay? That's a really good ideal. But don't think that you can sing for, say, 6 hours and that's going to happen with a high intensity vocal. It's just not going to happen. You're just going to get tired, mentally and physically. Okay. Before we delve into the reasons why your voice actually might be getting tired and you need to wait and recover it, I just want to talk about one quick thing that you can do very easily to be able to sing for long periods of time, and that's to lower the intensity of the music that you sing. So choose songs which are actually low intensity, or you could actually lower the keys of your songs so that they are less intense because they're not as high vocally. So I'll show you an example of a very low intensity vocal line. So this is Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. Look at this. White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. It's very low intensity because it doesn't require a lot of strength and it's not a very high note for me to sing. I could sing that for hours and not lose my voice. And I think a lot of you watching this could also do the same. So that's just one quick thing you could do if you're looking to sing for long periods of time. So the first thing is your vocal technique, which I already touched on. The vocal technique is the most important factor in determining how you can actually sing without losing your voice, because it determines when you become fatigued, okay? So you want to be eliminating or learning to eliminate any unnecessary tensions in the voice. So any tightness, okay? Tightness including like the larynx position becoming high like that. It becomes tight. That's going to fatigue you and you're going to lose your voice earlier than you should. Okay, another example is distorting when it's not meant to be distorted. Okay, you know, you can become distorted like that, like white shirt. You want to avoid any sound like that unless, you know, you're trying to do a distorted sound. That's a different story. I'm talking about unwanted distortions in the voice. You could be singing overly breathy, like, oh, I'm singing in a very breathy kind of sound. That could be wearing out your voice. You know, your falsetto could be wearing out your voice. And even seeing the scales that you're using to warm up could be wearing out your voice if you're doing something wrong technique-wise. So that's the first thing you need to be looking at. So the next thing I want you to look at is how much you're actually practicing your songs. How are you preparing your songs to sing live? Okay. You need to understand where exactly to take the breath. You need to understand where all the difficult words are, where all the difficult phrases are in the song, so that you can focus and practice on those and get your vocal technique working very well in those areas. Okay? Preparing a song is not just about learning the melody and lyrics. It's about understanding where every difficult section is and actually mastering it. I really believe that if you have, say, a whole catalog of songs you've worked on and pre-prepared, you should be at a much better advantage to be able to sing for longer periods of time, because, you're not going to make silly mistakes by, shouting out a phrase that is very difficult when you should have maybe reserved some of your energy. Things like that. You need to understand the songs that you're singing. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is rest. Resting your voice, and I mean just taking a break or taking a full day off, is actually necessary and important, and you won't be able to really train your voice without it, okay? So I'm really recommending, say, 10 or 15 minutes, okay, after singing for an hour of complete rest. You can talk, but don't sing, don't even go to falsetto or anything like that. Just stop and relax and don't sing, okay? And then you should be able to keep going. When you're actually practicing, if you feel that you're getting tired at all, or even you just need a break, feel free to take a break every 10 minutes even, because you're in a process of learning how your voice responds to different scales and different songs, etc. No one can really tell you where you need to take a rest. You need to feel that for yourself. And lastly, if you're singing every single day, you actually might be wearing out your voice too much, You're going to need a day off at some point. Some people do really well with, say, 2 days off. But me personally, I only take, say, 1 day off a week of singing, and it works fine for me. If I somehow, overwork my voice, maybe then I'll take 2 days off. But again, it kind of goes down to personal preference. You could potentially sing for days on end without taking a break, but you're going to need it eventually. So I'd personally just do something like this. Take 1 day off a week as a rule of thumb with no singing. And obviously try not to yell or shout or do anything that really aggravates the voice. Okay. So I hope this helped you out. I hope you got a lot of information out of it. And basically just leave me a comment below if you have any more questions or any thoughts in this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you hadn't already. I just want to let you know that I've just released a Patreon page. I've just started one. And on there you can get exclusive vocal tutorials. And I've got a whole lot of perks which I think you should check out, which you might really find useful if you're looking to get some advice from me personally for training your voice. Go and check that out. If you haven't already, I've got a 5-day free course in the description below. You can go and check out. And lastly, you can add me on Instagram and send me a singing clip if you want to get a quick vocal assessment from me. Okay, so those are all the services I'm offering. Cool. Well, I hope this served you well, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.